Come. Free.
Okay, so she came to you, she sat down, she looked up at you. Of course, she's looking at the toy. Everything looks nice. The only thing that I would critique on this is the fact that she's sitting so far away from you. We talked about that before as far as reward placement or reward delivery. What I would do on something like this, if I'm going to use a toy, instead of throwing the toy behind her in the opposite direction she's coming, I would throw the toy behind me. So she has to go past me in order to get the reward. That's going to make it so she's going to want to come closer because she's going to be anticipating the reward coming behind you instead of behind her in the direction she already came. So if you keep rewarding by throwing over her head, she's not going to want to come as close because she knows the reward's going to be coming, or it's going to be thrown over her head in the opposite direction.
All right, guys. So she did really well with that one. We're gonna keep working. I'm gonna do it 2 or 3 more times. She is a little tired. We've been running around in the yard, and it's South Texas. So right now it's like I don't know 8:20, 8:30, something like that, and it is really hot still. Okay, so she's getting worn out, which is good. She'll sleep well. All right. I feel like she's just like a kid, you know. So you gotta wear them out. Out, down, out, down. Yes, good girl.
All right, right there, you gave her a command. She didn't listen. You repeated the command again. If you're going to assist, once you give the command, if you don't have a way to reinforce it, then immediately go into assisting your dog into the position if you don't think they're going to do the behavior. So I would have said down, and then I would act like I was going to present a physical cue to get her to go into the position. Then mark and reward if we wanted to reward, or no reward at all. Either one would be fine.
Girl. You're such a good girl. So once again, condition reinforcer, primary reinforcer. All right. So the condition reinforcer was yes. Primary reinforcer was affection. Okay. Come, Harley, come. Free.
So again, right there, you can see how far away she is when you mark the behavior. And if you're okay with her sitting far away from you, that's completely fine. It's personal preference, unless you were going to compete, and then that would be something you would really want to fix because you could lose a lot of points for your dog coming in and not sitting close to you and also being crooked the way she is right there. And when you called her to you, if she was still, or if she is still struggling a little bit with not coming right away, say the command and then start to move back a little bit as a cue to help get her to want to come to you. And then again, once you mark the behavior, I would prefer to throw the toy behind me. So then she has to run past me in order to get the reward, which will make her run to you more quickly. That's another thing that could be slowing down the come when called, is throwing the toy over her head after she completes the behavior because she's anticipating having to go the other direction. So it could decrease her speed as well for the come when called.
Oh yeah, she is definitely tired. So usually I don't like training her this long. So if we were just doing regular training and I was using luring and things of that nature, then I would have stopped the training like before we even started actually because she's so smoked. But since it's play and that's what she's recognizing it as, okay, I'm going to continue with the training. She's young, she's energetic. All right, she can handle it. All right, we're going to go one more time. All right, yeah. Yes. Good girl. Good girl, Harley. Good girl.
Another thing that I would do when I am playing with something that could be used as almost a little bit of a tug, since the Jolly Ball has a handle, when she goes and gets the toy, you should try to encourage her to come back to you. I know you're explaining to the camera what you're doing and what Harley is doing, but I always like to have a dog understand that the toy is more fun when the toy is brought back to the handler. So she brings it back to you and you guys play a little bit of tug, let her win a couple times, and make it more fun to play with you than to play by herself.
So she's exercising a lot of discipline right now. She really wants this ball. Okay.
And I would probably start the come when called almost where you're standing right now. That way it's going to give you a little bit more room to back up, which is going to help speed up her recall command.
All right, come. Free.
So yeah, I think that's going to be something worth seeing in the next video. Say come, start to back up right after you say the word. Get her to follow into the correct position. You can lift up. I see you're lifting up the ball in order to get her head to look up or her face to look up, which gets her back end to sit down. And then using your terminal marker once her butt hits the ground. But instead of throwing the ball over her, next time throw the ball behind you. And do that a bunch of times to where she starts to understand that it's running to you, sitting, and then going beyond you in order to get the reward. Another thing you can do is you can call her to you. The moment she makes the decision to start coming in your direction, use your terminal marker and then throw the toy behind you again. This helps speed up our recall command because then our dog is going to be anticipating the reward once they make the correct decision. So every now and then I like to mix one of those in there to help speed up my dog's recall command.
All right, guys. So that was the last one. We're gonna go inside, eat some snacks, watch some Ancient Aliens or something. But thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave some comments. Okay, and remember, I was utilizing the Premack principle. And thanks again.